Hello makers and planner friends, welcome to week 49 in my Hobonichi Cousin. I posted week 48 yesterday if you want to go back and take a look at that. There were some things done differently, like these have gone away, this is treated differently, etc. I've gone ahead and done the pre-planning phases of this. Just because it's so time consuming, especially with all my little boxes, I have not written in the days of the week yet. I'll get on that. But let's talk about what my pre-planning looked like so far this week. So first of all, this is different. I've put stickers to represent what I want to accomplish as far as physical activity this week. Anywhere the little tennis shoe is walking, even if it's walking in place or jogging in place to get my steps, whatever. That's what that is this week. My rest days. And then this day is also walking, but it's like I'm going to be out walking somewhere, walking around, getting in a bunch of steps, doing all of that, and that's going to count for that day. These little tennis shoes are by Paper Minty Studio. And then these three are by the Coffee Monsters Co. My work meetings, I did not spell out what they are because why? I have that in Google Calendars for work. I have it in the planner that I use for work, which is the Wonderland 222. It's all spelled out. So I'm just blocking out the time. This one is actually two short 15-minute videos. So that's why it is plural and these are not. But I'm just going to block out the time so I know there's a thing happening. Say that it's meetings. This is my therapy appointment that was this morning. Here, this is more fun at the vet, where we're gonna do some cancer testing for my boy. This is getting a haircut, and this, until whenever, is spending time with the ex. What I do for commute time, travel time, is just take my black pen and do some little hash marks, and that accounts for travel time. The appointment may only be a half hour, I am not sure, but I chunked out an hour of time for it, but it'll take me a half hour basically to get there and back. Half hour to get to my haircut, etc. And then down here are my little trackers, similar to here, slight difference. Water, steps, sleep, kind of my workout plan is happening in my Hobonichi weeks now. So this is tracking, did I follow some of my cleaning routines? Did I clean that day? This is for my magic mornings rituals. This is for meditation. Did I do the workout stuff that I imagined I would do? Mark it. Some reading. I really want to read more. I'm very sporadic about it, but I want to give it some time most days. Did I do anything for YouTube that day? Did I post to Instagram? And did I do any other hustle type things? Something for my Etsy shop, order supplies, whatever. So these three are specific to sort of my side hustle goals and whatevers. And then this is different. This little house where the emoji's got a heart and it's just full of love in that little home. This is just to make a running to-do list for the week of things I want to accomplish cleaning wise, or, you know, finish decorating my Christmas tree. Just what do I really need to do this week to stay on top of the cleaning and organizing stuff I have going on. So that's where we are pre-planning wise. I will be back shortly, in no time at all for you, to do a little back planning and catch up on these bits. All right, I am back. It's later in the day, still Wednesday, starting to get dark, but what I'm seeing on my camera looks all right, so let's give this a go. I'm gonna use a slightly different Magic Morning sticker. I'm gonna take the green color. Today I kind of timed it. And the things that I do in the morning at this time, which includes checking in with my Hobonichi weeks and stuff, takes me about a half hour. No. Yeah, half hour. Sorry. So I'm gonna just put it. So this is another Joy of Planning sticker. I've kind of given this little pro tip several times, but if you're no good at hand lettering, like the brush calligraphy type hand lettering, the well-known tip or trick to achieve that, the faux calligraphy look, is if you widen the downstroke. So wherever your pen goes down, make it wider, and then it will take on the look of official calligraphy brush lettering type stuff. So that's what I did there. Let's just start today because that's the freshest in my wee brain. So I had therapy, then there was working. Kind of my lunchtime, I worked in here and filmed it, the earlier bit. So let's just get out my hustle/work stickers. This sheet from Coffee Monsters Co. is kind of hit or miss on if they're cut correctly, but so what I want to do is do this little YouTube guy with, now I gotta go to my downtime and hobbies stickers, find something planner-y. So this is Joy of Planning. She is sat behind a big fat stack of planners, but I did work specifically in my Hobonichi Cousin, didn't I? And as you can imagine, there's a sticker for that. So here is the Hobonichi Cousin. Probably gonna need it again later though, aren't I? All right, so I am going to put that about like that. Week 49 setup. I also filmed how I plan to use my Hobonichi weeks, but then I did some editing and uploading. That looks like I took several hours to do it, but I did not. I want to look back at like my first week because I always come back to it as being one of my favorite weeks. The way that I did it was different. Down here, am I on camera? Barely. Down here was my 3 CTs, my 3 critical tasks. The things I had to get done every day. And I really want to start doing that again. But I don't know if I want to do it in here, because I'm tracking in here. I could start doing it in my bullet journal though. Anyway, I used to track work hours. It was, one of them was for my job and one of them was for hustle. I don't know why I like this so much. I think it's the mixture of, I think it's the colors. I think it's the mixture of typography and the way I did it, calling out the things. I think it was gray, green, gray, green. I don't know, but I really liked how I handled that week. And then I've been like work. Yesterday. And I just kept telling myself, focus harder. Yesterday I woke up not feeling especially well. Not in the morning, I was like, I have some cold symptoms. What is that about? By midday, it kind of stopped, but then I was feeling very fuzzy, for lack of a better term, like not super lightheaded, but not normal. My vision was weird. It was not amazing. So I really struggled yesterday. I think I'm just gonna use, this is from the no energy emojis. No, that's wrong. This is from the fatigued emojis. I felt sick in the morning and then I didn't. And then I felt wiped out and weird and whatever. So I'm just gonna use that guy. Because it's a clear indicator something was wrong. I was trying to work and I was like, I need to go lay down. No, I'll just keep working. No, but I really need to go lay down. And then this morning, I was basically fine again. I'm tired. Again, last week I slept for shit. I can tell you that last night, I gave it a real solid effort to just watch TV and hang out with my dog. We had some couch time. We had some bed snuggles. It was amazing. Oh, there's the one. So look, this little one, she has her dog in her lap. But I think that based on the level of couch potatoedness, I'm gonna go with that and this from the self-care file. But in here, I also have a food and beverage category. And in here, there is some cooking ones. I went next door and made HelloFresh with Mama. I did lay down for a hot second. Just a wee nap. A giant chunk of time was spent editing video, editing last week's memory keep with me, back plan with me, whatever, week 48. Trashy TV, like the Discovery Plus type trashy TV, like 90 Day Fiance type trashy. Because sometimes other people's drama takes you right away from yours. As I explained in the week 48 video, I like to call out certain bits sometimes. And it's different from when I do the faux calligraphy. when it's my all caps, I do, like, for me, it's usually the left-hand side, but the left side of the letter, basically, I thicken. And then, like, I can just see week 49. Here, edit doesn't need attention, but I can call out week 48 so that when I'm flipping through, it's easier for me to see these more important bits. This probably wasn't that critical, but I liked it anyway. Last week, my therapist reminded me of my new little mantra that was designed to reprogram something said to me when I was little, well, when I was 16. That stuck with me for, well, 30 years now. So I'm gonna put it here. I keep putting it in random places, but I think it's time to do it again. Good enough. You are magical and you are killing it. I'm legit gonna make a vinyl sticker out of that someday. And I smeared it. Actually, I'm gonna use one of these. It's for when you smudge your writing. Being a lefty is just... So I'm going to say lefty strikes again. I smudge all the time. All right, I think that is it. Tonight, sometime, I am going to finish writing in the days of the week here, the MTW, blah, 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 blah. And I will mark what I have done. And then maybe finally start that list of things I want to accomplish this week. And I will pop back in a few days. I am back and it is Sunday morning. So we have a lot of catching up to do. What I did throughout the week was just kind of write some stuff in pencil so that I wouldn't sit here for so long trying to remember what I did, since I'm not used to doing it so infrequently. I did start putting things in that to-do list. Did I clean anything yesterday? No. I've been on top of this every day. I haven't done it yet today, though. I haven't meditated all week. Yes. No. I will today, I think. All right. So I am going to actually start with yesterday, or this morning, since it is the freshest bit in my brain. And let's lead with, I slept in. I am so tired today. Much is catching up with me. Taking a break from it right now, but this morning I started to watch. Let's use this. This is Some Little Things. Maybe this one. I started to watch, or I guess I could have used the Netflix one, but it's very bumpy back here, so sometimes I just kind of, that's especially bumpy, help it out here and not try to write on all the chunk. I started to watch Harry and Meghan documentary on Netflix. All right. So that's kind of where I'm at so far today. It is 10:30. And that's what's happened. I didn't even do other things while I started watching that. I just kind of snuggled my dog and drank coffee and tried to wake up. I have not accomplished that yet, but doggone it, we're trying. So yesterday morning, before I went for my haircut, I stopped and got myself some coffee. Anyone on the East Coast, or even centrally located, probably doesn't know these, but West Coasters do. One of my favorite coffee stands is Dutch Brothers. All right, then I got my hair cut. Then I met up with, yes, my whatever he is, his name is Robert. So we met up at Barnes & Noble. I headed straight to the magazines to look at the art journaling magazines and Bella Grace and Stampington stuff. That's what I usually gravitate towards. Then we went and I picked out a very beautiful copy of Wuthering Heights. It's so gorgeous. I'm gonna just get it. Hold on. So I got the new copy of Bella Grace. Well, is it new? December, January, February, yeah. This magazine, y'all, it is just so calming and lovely to read, and I just love it. I got a new copy of that, and then this is the second book I have gotten in this series of books that are like B6 size and floral and gorgeous. They're classics. I got Emma, and then yesterday I got Wuthering Heights. Isn't it just freaking stunning? Look at this copper, shiny magic. It's just so good. Anyway, that's what I got at Barnes & Noble. So, we wandered Barnes & Noble a bit. If you watched week 48, you know, we just broke up. Oh God, it's so weird right now. We're in a weird limbo. I don't think any of us feels like it's over. So, he had texted me and said he was there and I saw it as I was coming out of getting my hair done, which is just a few steps away from the bookstore. So I put my salon purchases in my car, also just right there. And I turned to walk into Barnes & Noble and text him and say I'd meet him at the magazines when I hear from behind me, "I am not following you." So we hugged, a very long, lingering hug. And he's like, "I'm sorry if this is awkward." I'm like, "It's not awkward for me. It might be awkward for everybody trying to get by us or whatever, but it's not awkward for me." And I just felt a vibe from him that he was struggling. I was not struggling, but he was struggling, and not sure about what to make of the feelings he was having, how he was supposed to behave, what are we even now, did he make a stupid choice, etc., etc. But I was just going with the flow. I wasn't overthinking anything. I had no expectations, but I was there with an open mind, and I was chill. I was like, whatever. And he was very in his head, and it wasn't a bad energy, but I could feel his, but that was his thing to sort out, I guess. So I will just say, once we picked out our purchases, we sat at the little cafe tables and had a scone, and since I already had a big old coffee, I had a chai. He was very frustrated with all of the feelings he was having because everything kind of felt more like the old days. And so, of course, he wanted to reach out and hug me and put his hand on my back and do all of those old days kind of things. And I had told him, do it. This day was supposed to be finding out if there were any feelings still, because everything had been platonic for so long and we were so bogged down in mistakes that were made, and let's just call this a reset button and see if there's anything worth salvaging. Yeah. It was kind of endearing, the struggle he was having, the internal conflict the poor boy was having. Barnes and Noble, then we realized as we sat there talking, oh crap, the movie's gonna start in 15 minutes. So we went and we bought what we were getting, like my magazine and my book, and then we walked over to the theater that's all right there where we were at, and we watched, I forgot to get the ticket stub from him, because you know, I like my ephemera. We watched IMAX, which I don't usually do, but that's what he was down for. Wakanda Forever. Now y'all, the movie was fine. Is that what it's called? Whatever, I'll know what it is. The movie was fine, the movie was good. I'm down for my Marvels. But you guys, all of the Chadwick Boseman stuff, the opening part, I will leave it at that. The opening part, specifically, was like so, it gave me goosebumps. I mean, it was meant to be King T'Challa stuff, right? But you just knew that all of that was for Chadwick. Anyways, it was very touching, and God, I'm having feelings about it right this very minute. It was so loud though. Oh my God, my watch. When I came out of there, I noticed my watch for the very first time in the history of having iWatches, Apple Watches. It said, yo, get the hell out of that loud sound, because it's going to make you go deaf if you experience that for any period of time, even short periods of time. It was horrible. Previews in the movie theaters are always louder than the main movie, but it was, holy crap. Robert went out twice to please ask them to turn it down. And maybe they did, maybe they didn't. The movie itself was not as loud, but there were still parts where I was like, sweet baby Jesus. I thought for sure that when I got out of there, I would be, you know when you come out of a loud concert and you can't really even hear anything anymore? I thought Robert and I would be yelling at each other, trying to daggone talk to each other. But then we went, it was like, well, this is all off because it was like 2 o'clock when the movie was done, but whatever. We went and had bunk sandwiches at right there by the theater. And we talked some more. We touched in on how we were feeling about stuff throughout the day. So this is another point other than while we had a snack at Barnes where he talked about the awkward feelings and how was I feeling and whatever. And I just said, I'm fine. I am fine. I'm just enjoying the day. I am relaxed. I'm hanging out with you and whatever comes. I wasn't, for once, not the one reading into anything or being weird or overthinking. After this, we headed home, and then we had a lot of chat. He was just kind of word vomiting everything he was feeling, and I was listening, and we were snuggling Dutch. Maybe we'll just do this one. I have uncomfortable conversation stickers. This was not uncomfortable for me. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't, meh. But, it was a little snuggly on the couch, so we will just say deep thoughts. Okay. So then we're gearing up to figure out dinner. He goes to take he goes to take Dutch outside here through the sliding glass door, and he closes the screen door behind him, just the screen door. And the screen in the screen door is black, and Dutch is not even used to having a screen door in there, so I have told him to please be careful. Dutch may try to run through it, not realizing. Well, all the lights were off, and the screening is black, so Dutch didn't even... He couldn't see it, he couldn't... Whatever, they got done out there, and he just wanted to come back in the house, and he went to push his way, just come into the house as if there was nothing there. And I look over and I'm like, what the hell? And he didn't break the screening, but he knocked the screen out of the rail thing. It was already a bit bent. I don't know if he bent it more, but anyway, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Not one more thing with this dog, but he seemed fine. And then I go back to making tea, and Robert's like, are you bleeding? He thought I was bleeding. And I look in the hallway on the carpet, and it looks like a bloodbath, y'all, like a crime scene. And I was like, no. Did he cut his face or something? And he's sitting in my bedroom looking at me, and I'm like, there's no blood on his face. And I take him by the collar and I bring him into the kitchen, and every step is blood, blood, blood. He broke off another toenail. Most y'all don't know this. He just did that a month ago. He broke off a whole daggone toenail. I can't. So the rest of the night was just let's try to get his foot to stop bleeding, which I know you put cornstarch on. It helps kind of coagulate it. And then you put them in their kennel or whatever to keep them laying down and not putting so much pressure on the foot, or it will just keep bleeding. So I chucked him in his kennel. I sat on the floor with him, and Robert sat there with me because he felt so bad. And it was just good day, good day, good day, good day, good evening, and shit. Anyway, he's all right. It's not as painful for him this time. Last time he broke it off, but the nail was still over the quick, so every step it just dug into the quick. Poor little homie. This time the whole nail was gone. So each step is not as painful for him. Bless his little heart. So this one looks just like loving on your dog. I tell you guys, it's something constantly with him these days. This is a lot of stickers, but it was a day, it was a day. I'm just gonna say, God. So he is a little limpy still today. But I don't think it's like last time where I have to like frantically try to get him into the vet, put him on painkillers, all of the things. I think he's mostly all right. I just have to try to keep him from licking at it. All right. Then we watched. It was silly. It was fun. Robert daggone loved it and was laughing and having a good old time. This whole timeline is off, but it is the Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell, Apple TV Plus new thing called Spirited. And it is a musical version of like A Christmas Carol. I was just remembering when we were at Barnes and Noble. And he's having all of his internal conflict about what we are now and how he's supposed to behave. And apparently I was looking stunning to him with my fresh haircut and actual makeup and whatever. And we're going up the escalator and he doesn't know if he should touch me, not touch me, and he's just like, oh, you're like my kryptonite. Oh my God. Anyway, that is our day sorted. I kind of, after this, during this time, since this is messed up, we kind of laid in my room so that we could lay with Dutch, and he was watching something and I just totally fell asleep on him. Because I was so exhausted. All right. I wanted to really take some time with that day because so much stuff happened and so many things worth remembering, right? Not did I cook HelloFresh with Mama, although I'm sure at some point as life events happened, I'll look back on that and just really appreciate that time with my mom. But, these are memory things you want to, the happy stuff. All right, so this was working. All right, I did a little bit of, I'm going to use this one. I had some candle orders for the Etsy shop. These stickers are by Paper Minty Studio. So before work, I packaged up some Etsy orders. I'm going to probably be doing some of that today, and since they were all candle orders, boop, I'll just do that. And the Etsy one is a Coffee Monsters Co. All right, and then there was work. And it was, let's see, I did have take the win. I just had some good feedback on something that I had been working on, and I just needed it that day. And I remember saying at some point, man, I really needed that win today. Yeah, I think one of the things I liked so well about this week is I used a different pen and it wasn't so, it was more subtle. Maybe next week I'll try that. So I'm just make a note. Got. I'll just see this. All right. This guy. I did stop and get, on the way to the vet, I stopped to get a coffee at Dutch Brothers again. And the girl came up to my car and she's like, how many drinks are you getting? I said, just one. She's like, all right, you're not going to pay for it. I'm like, what? Why? The guy in the car ahead of me paid for my coffee. So I'm going to say pay it forward, Dutch Bros. And because now most of it is done with an app, she was very confused because so she had to come back to me and take my order and then go back up to him to complete the transaction. And so when she came back to me, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and pay it forward to the car behind me. And she's like, oh, like she didn't know how to keep doing this. And I was like, well, how about, can I just buy a gift card from you and you can pass them the gift card? And she's like, well, the gift cards are up at the window because she's out with the iPad going car to car. I'm like, how about cash? Can I give you some cash? And then that can go towards their coffee. And she's like, okay, yeah, sure. So she broke my 20 and I said, here, take the 10 because it looks like there's at least 2 people in that car. And buy their coffee. Whatever's left, if there's anything left, pass it to the car behind them, blah, 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 blah. So I ended up paying $10 for a coffee. But that's cool. I was just like, what? He wants to buy my coffee. Tell him thank you. So I got pay it forward Dutch Brothers. Then I headed to the vet. Remember the first part of this video where I was like, I don't know how long it's going to take, but I chunked out an hour. Oh my Lord. I was there for almost 2 hours, which then pushed my commute home during rush hour Friday night traffic. So that even took longer. And I got home and I was just like, thank the goddesses that tonight is designated takeout night because it's pizza and no cooking and meh. So this is all wrong, but I'm just going to leave it. I am going to say took forever. I did have a nice chat with the vet though. She loves Dutch. She has her own Dutch, different breed, but I can't erase that right now. All right, so then I finally get home. I think writing this in with pencil was a savior. That's right. Now I'll erase it and forget anyway. So Mama and I had pizza. She was out and about and picked up the pizza. I'm going to combine all these stickers. While I did my nails, if you can tell, I did my little nails. All fancy. I get these semi-cured gel things. I did a bad job, but you peel them off this plastic, you put them on, and then you put a light over them and they finish curing. But you have to make sure you get them stuck down well, or like this one's already peeling and my hair gets stuck in it. Anyways, I got that done. So we got pizza. I did my nails. This is kind of all at the same time. Whilst we watched a little movie. It's going to be even harder to get stickers up with these gel things on, but I want this under. Boom, boom. And then I'm just going to do a little, oh yeah, then I watched that. Yeah, damn it. I'm the schmearinest. So, I did my nails. And we ate pizza. There. All right, we watched, is it gonna fit in here? Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. So here's what I am going to, at some point, kind of like about putting these on YouTube for however long I do. It's another way of memory keeping. Like, as I do this, and I kind of say little nuggets about the day that I'm not actually putting in here, if I take the time to watch back, I will have those little bits in here to refresh my memory as well. So then Mama went back home, and y'all, I watched something. What the? Boy, did I watch something. Whew. Y'all, I know that there are a lot of people that cannot sit through uncomfortable movies for whatever reason. They don't enjoy spending their free time watching disturbing things, perhaps, or perhaps they don't even want to acknowledge our history. But I am not that person. I want it in my face. I watch the disturbing, real, true story history of our country or other people's countries stuff. Because I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to be oblivious. I don't want to be whatever. I watched Emancipation, and it was, I can't even think. It was a lot. It was, they pulled no punches. They sugarcoated nothing. As I watched it, you get to a point where you see his photograph about to be taken, and when he got into the position for the photograph, I was like, I know that photo. That's like a famous, wait a minute. Yeah, that's okay. So I Google as I'm watching it go down, and I knew the character's name in the movie was Peter. I knew he was Haitian. So I Googled the necessary things to find that photo, and it comes up immediately, and I was like, yeah, that is exactly the photo that I was thinking. So the movie is based off of Peter, and his photo was taken to show the scars on his back and to just kind of show the country. This is what I'm having some feelings. This is what we're doing to people, to human beings. And it is known for sort of changing the minds of certain people and bringing more awareness. And I believe that the photo is called Whipped Peter. I can't look on my phone. I'm recording with it. Anyway, the movie is about him and his path to freedom. It was during the Civil War. It was just as Lincoln declared slaves free and all of that. And whether it was a good movie or not, I think everyone should watch it and everyone should be educated. And like, it was obviously the most abhorrent part was the treatment of human beings. But it even, just other things. I don't want to give anything away. Screw it. Spoiler alert. At one point you see a horse run by on fire, and it was just like, from start to finish, from start to finish in a myriad of ways. Disturbing, and if you have empathy in any capacity, like it's... All right, that's all I'm going to say about it. That's what I did. I can't pick a sticker because I'm like so emotionally... Woo! About it. Anyway. Watch it. Apple TV Plus. Disturbing as but necessary. Necessary. I'm gonna do this one. But that's not like enough. So I'm gonna do an emoji sticker from... I don't even know what all the emojis are, but this feels accurate. Part scared, part disturbed, part horrified. And for anyone that's like, can I watch a movie with Will Smith in it? Just forget he's the actor. Just like, he doesn't make it difficult to forget he's the actor. Just get beyond your feelings about the slap heard around the world. Because it is a story people should know. Like, of course I'd been seeing that photo since I was a kid. I remember doing a paper where I referenced that photo in high school. And I never knew the story of the man in the photo. I do now. I do now. So, knowing that I was getting my hair cut this day and they didn't have time to do color, after work, I colored my own hair. So this little Coffee Monsters Co. of an emoji coloring her hair. All right, colored my hair, some HelloFresh with Mama. Then I wrapped some Christmas presents. Don't smear the other ink. Wrapped presents and then snuggled Dutch and read a book. So I have this. I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I've been doing this an hour because I am filming this planner majiggy. And after this, I'm going to go do some Hobonichi 5-year journal catch up. Boop. Oh my gosh. I'm a hot mess. I can't even care. Cleaned up my room a bit. Books and snugs. The only thing I really remember from that day that I could put here is a feeling of needing to... I am a very messy bun, get it done kind of girl. But I just knew that if I would do some self-care, like the haircut and the color and doing my nails, look better, feel better, basically. Sometimes it just does the trick. And I went into Saturday kind of feeling in control, confident, unfazed, fierce, if I may say so. I think I've put on makeup, 3 times in the last few years? And yeah, yesterday was one of them, so look better. Hair was done. I wasn't in sweats. Look better, feel better. And I think I need a little mental health sticker here. I am beautiful. All right, that is it. I will try to pop back in here to finish up the day. Maybe tomorrow morning because it'll be dark and unfilmable. All right, it is Monday. I'm popping in to finish off Sunday. It's going to be quite easy because I spent most of the day in planners and journals. Some 2023 setup, some setup for the next week, some such goodness like that. And I'm going to use this Square Lime Designs sticker. It's just going over the edge, but I will cut that off later. And just say, these are by My Little Puffy. Mama and I watched Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. And the rest of the evening was kind of just snuggling Dutch in my bed. He is really uncomfortable, having broken off another toenail. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I might need to take him in and get him some painkillers, but I don't know. We were actually laying in bed, not in a chair, but this is a Joy of Planning sticker that has a girl and her dog. So yeah, Dutchie was really off yesterday. He never asked to go outside. He didn't eat until late in the day. He just slept all day. I think he's struggling. Snuggle my boy and watch Yellowstone. I think that's what we watched. And other things eventually, but and there's the week. I've already sort of set up this coming week, doing it differently again, but I will film all of that to post next Tuesday. All right, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time with me and letting me overshare here and there. I hope you have a great week and you make many memories to keep.